What's good, YouTube? This is the kid, DC Wrestling, back once again with another one like always. You already know what it is, man. Last night was AEW All Out, and after what we saw after AEW All Out, Swerve, Strickland, Hangman, Adam Page, the steel cage, lights out match, made me kind of wanted to come on here real quick, and kind of talk about not just the match, but their entire rivalry. And judging by how a lot of people's reaction coming out of the match and this feud, a lot of people are saying that, Swerve Strickland and Hangman Page is the greatest AEW rivalry in AEW history. So that's pretty much what this video is all about. Is Hangman Page versus Swerve Strickland, excuse me, is the greatest rivalry? Is it the greatest feud? Is it the number one feud in AEW history? And first off, that just speaks volumes. It speaks how much this feud has been for the past year. Swerve and Hangman have been killing it in these matches, in these segments, in these promos. Like, it's just been absolutely insane. Now, I'll come out here and say this right now. I still think one of, if not the best feud in AEW history is CM Punk versus MJF. I know a lot of AEW fans don't probably like CM Punk. I know a lot of people don't really like how CM Punk's run ended in AEW, but that feud that he had with Max, I mean, that feud was just, the story that was being told in that was really dope. But again, when you look at Hangman and Swerve, you can make the argument that it's probably better than MJF versus CM Punk. I mean, again, the shit they did to each other in this story, the shit they did to each other when it comes to these matches, man. The Texas Death Match, the in ring matches, the steel cage match that we saw last night at All Out. Like, Swerve and Hangman feud went beyond your typical rivalry to a personal, deep rooted rivalry. Like, Swerve and Hangman hate each other. They can't stand one another. And who's to say it's one of those matches we look back 10 years from now and say, man, that Swerve and Hangman rivalry, that Swerve and Hangman feud, you just had to be there, child. You just had to be there and see it up close and in person. And yeah, man, I'll even say this too. I feel like that Swerve and Hangman, the feud elevated each other. Like, this feud elevated Swerve to a point where he would end up becoming world champion. And this took Hangman's character into such a dark turn. I mean, Hangman before this was a good guy. He was a nice guy to be around. But as soon as Swerve came into his life, man, his Hangman's life has just been a living hell. I mean, his life has just went so dark, and rightfully so. I mean, after what Swerve has put Hangman through mentally and physically, I mean, any man would probably be reacting the same way Hangman's been reacting these past couple of months. But yeah, man, this is definitely one of the best feuds, probably the best feud in AEW of this year alone. Definitely the best feud. And is it the greatest feud? Is it the greatest rivalry in AEW history? It's definitely up there for sure. I'd probably say in the 5 years that AEW's been doing this wrestling shit, Hangman and Swerve will probably be a top three. It's definitely a top three, to be honest with you, because again, when it comes to the feuds, storylines, it's up there. And matches, yeah, man, it's up there for sure, for sure. So I just wanted to come on real quick and kind of talk about that. But what do you guys think in the comments, man? Do y'all think that Swerve and Hangman is the greatest rivalry in AEW history? If you want to put it in the comment section, go ahead, be my guest. But that pretty much wraps it up. So.